So, for the last 3 to 4 weeks, I've been getting this question pretty consistently. Is this the right time for mortgage and real estate marketing? And I'm going to cover that today. The opinions expressed in this video here are not just my opinions, though. I've heard them from many clients, lenders, realtors, published articles, economists, and more. I created this video to help you and share empowering information with you that you may not have heard or have access to. But to answer that initial question, is this the right time for mortgage and real estate marketing? The answer is absolutely yes. This is actually the perfect storm for marketing due to the convergence of many factors at play. The factors behind the perfect storm are something I'm going to cover here. And I'm going to tell you about why we're in the ideal environment for mortgage and real estate marketing. And here's the high level stuff. I'm going to break it all down. I'm going to cover real estate sales statistics, pent up demand and the preparation for returning to business as usual, the current and ongoing refi boom, temporary and lasting effects of social distancing, which will be our future new normal, decreasing costs and improving performance of online marketing, and why building referral partners will be easier than ever for those who start marketing now. Now, let's dive into real estate statistics. Over the last 4 weeks, I've talked to over 50 lenders and realtors in nearly every major market in the US, and this is what I've heard. But by and far, the overwhelming information I've received, especially from realtors, is that home sales have declined only slightly. And actually, some haven't even noticed a change in their business at all. In fact, two of our clients, one is a realtor actually, are about to have their biggest months ever by far. So some markets definitely have been affected more than others, but the vast majority are moving right along. In fact, in my market, the Indianapolis area, average price homes are selling in just a few days. In fact, I even put up my own home for sale just a few days before I filmed this, and it got under contract for over asking price in about 24 hours, for example. So here's some other examples. My personal realtor did tell me that his small team in our suburb of just 25,000 people, they had sold 4 homes just the day before we activated our home listing. And another realtor we work with in Tampa said 150 homes went under contract in the 24-hour period before we talked, and that was on April 4th. So either way, optimism is high that the market will continue to be fairly strong. If you're hearing or believing something other than this, chances are you're in a bubble of misleading information or potentially in one of those areas that's been highly affected by the virus outbreak. Actually, in fact, a Keller Williams agent told me that all of their agents are being encouraged to market hard in preparation for a surge of demand coming early to midsummer. Which brings me to this next point, right? Built pent up demand and the return to business as usual. See, after having all these conversations with lenders and agents, there's a consistent thing I'm hearing here too, and that's about the return to business and the expectations of pent up demand. While home sales haven't slowed significantly, think about this. There are definitely people who are holding off right now, and this hold largely has to do with their own safety from infection and following the social distancing rules. Not necessarily economic fear or loss of income. Not everyone has been financially affected by this yet. While with every week that goes by, and this is really important to understand, hundreds of people in every market are pausing their intended plans until they can sell and buy their homes safely again. So that means every week there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of more. So we have a big pent up demand happening. So when the dam breaks, the surge is going to be big. We'll have a temporary flood of buyers and sellers re-enter the market nearly all at once. Now, the best thing that you could do right now is to market hard to get these clients in their pause state before they re-enter the market and resume their plans. And if you don't, honestly, someone else will. Industry experts and economists agree, though, that the repercussions of this pause on life we're experiencing will extend for months. And if there is another lull, it will actually happen after the surge that's about to occur right around the corner. When the dam breaks here and the surge happens, where do you want to be? Scrambling to see if you get a piece of the action, or are you in the position to take full advantage of it? Those who market hard right now will be on the much better side of the surge because they will already have a full pipeline of clients just waiting for the moment to get back to their plans to buy or sell a home. So the next thing I want to talk about is the current and ongoing refi boom, right? It's no secret since the major rate drops in March, the refi boom is on, and analysts predict this won't go away. According to many economists and industry experts, rates will continue to stay low, and there are already signs that the mortgage market is stabilizing. But more importantly, the ripple effects of career changes, reduced work hours, and wages will create a lasting impact that will keep people looking for ways to lower their monthly expenses. In other words, this could be one of the longest refi booms we've ever seen, and one of the best ways for lenders to keep their businesses healthy for the coming months, right? Taking advantage of it. With aggressive marketing to cold audiences, not just your past clients, lenders will be able to continue to leverage this situation. In fact, one of our biggest clients sees this as a huge opportunity, and they're going all in on this bet, spending significant amounts of time, energy, and resources to leverage this situation and this fact. But you must market to cold audiences to really take advantage of this. No matter how big your client database is, it will reach its limits and your refis will dry up. And of course, we do have great strategies that are working better than ever to do just that. Now, the next thing, this is an important one too. Our future new normal, the temporary and lasting effects of social distancing. This could be one of the most important things to consider because there will be a lasting impact on our world and everything we do from this experience. Positioning yourself for this permanent change is one of the most important things you could do for yourself and business. Don't take this lightly. It could be the difference between thriving and struggling in the months and years ahead. I've long preached that our world and the way we interact, purchase, and do everything is being influenced by social media and the digitalization of the world. Before the outbreak, we as consumers already ordered stuff online and had the expectation that it would be on our doorstep in 2 days or less. Experiences like this have already heavily influenced the consumer's expectations of how business should be done, and down to the way people want to get mortgages and buy homes. The lenders and agents and other businesses that have embraced this change ahead of the curve have already made leaps and bounds ahead of their competition who has not. This sheltering in place experience the whole country has just gone through will inevitably speed up this change even further. Our trajectory towards living in a digitized online world has just been bumped up by a few years. Just look at how many mom and pop shops went from brick and mortar to online ordering almost overnight to survive. Delivery businesses have been booming in the last few weeks. Retailers are offering new ways to get their products. Those businesses have already adapted and will continue with these practices, partly because the infrastructure is now there for them, partly because they will have to, and partly because this is the new norm. It has already forged new consumer expectations that will not change. And that last point is probably the most important. We're already in motion towards this new norm, and the inertia is unstoppable. And lastly, until there's a vaccine or antidote to fight the virus, some form of social distancing will remain in place for some time to come. I've already seen many predictions that major public gatherings will not even occur in 2020 again. And if you're not reaching people with online marketing and taking advantage of social media this year, the likelihood of you become a real relic is very high. This is an adapt or suffer situation. So whether you do it with us or someone else, make digital marketing a part of your strategy now. Start using social media to get clients and your brand and your message out there ASAP. Now, the other thing that you have to know about online marketing, it just got supercharged. And there's a lot to go over here. Getting the desired results is actually far cheaper than ever before and right now. So this is what happened. When COVID arrived and the quarantine began, a lot changed with digital marketing almost overnight in a totally awesome way for people who are already doing digital marketing. Good news is it's not too late to jump into the game and take advantage while this opportunity is still here. This is essentially what happened. Ad inventory increased massively. This is a case of classic supply and demand. When supply is up, prices go down. But there's even more going on here that's supercharging this digital marketing even further. But let me explain ad inventory real quick so you understand what it means and how it works. Just like commercials on the radio, there are only so many spots available. Ads on social media platforms work the same way. There are only so many ads that can be shown. All digital marketing platforms are also auction-based, meaning the more people who want to advertise, the more it costs to do it. That means to run ads, you have to bid on the ad space. And by the way, luckily, this is done automatically, so it's easy. But when the quarantine started, two things happened that increased inventory, thereby reducing ad costs. First off, a lot of advertisers, especially major ones, pulled out or reduced their budgets, opening up ad space. Secondly, more people have been at home spending more time on social media since the lockdown. And that has increased ad space as well, which is something cool about digital marketing that doesn't happen on the radio or with other forms of media. But there's a third component that's equally impactful, and it has nothing to do with ad inventory. All of a sudden, virtually all forms of marketing, all other forms of marketing, especially the word of mouth or boots on the ground kind, became less effective, or in many cases, just completely non existent overnight. So, what we're actually seeing on our end in the data that we have from our clients is the ability to reach highly qualified borrowers has increased massively, right? And that's not only because it's cheaper to reach them, but it's also because the other forms of marketing that were working before have stopped, right? So the last thing I'll mention here too is we are seeing anywhere from a 20 to 50%, and a lot of times closer to 50% decrease in overall cost to generate leads and run your advertisements, which is phenomenal. It's something I have never seen in the last 5 years. But what does this all mean for you? Okay. Make no mistake. One of three things will happen to every lender and agent over the next coming months. One, things will get better. Two, things will stay the same, or things will get worse. To achieve the first or second outcome, effort and adaptation will be required. To achieve the third outcome, where things get worse, all you have to do is nothing. With the uncertainty right now, even keeping things just the same is not a bad outcome at all, quite frankly. We just covered a lot of factors that have created the perfect storm, and the reason why adopting a digital marketing strategy now is important, if not critical. Again, those are pent up demand in the purchase market that will soon be released, the refi boom that will continue, but will require reaching new people outside of your client database. The reduced cost to advertise have opened up new doors, and this is going to continue for some time. And then the new normal caused by social distancing will reverberate through this and every industry, requiring a digital component as part of your marketing strategy. But there's one last thing to consider, and that's referrals and your referral partners. Referrals have always been an important critical component of the strategies we recommend. This won't change, but the way you leverage it will. Having the ability to go digital will set you apart even further from the competition, because some will adopt this change and some will not. Whether you're a lender or an agent, you can offer a helping hand to your partner and create gratitude and loyalty by helping them go digital too. We strongly encourage using digital strategies in partnership with your industry counterpart, right? So if you're a lender with a realtor, if you're a realtor with a lender, right? It's the perfect marketing marriage. When you do it this way, you both will be able to help each other and convert leads easier. Okay. So let's wrap this up about how you can create certainty for yourself, even in uncertain times. More than likely, you have or will receive a stimulus check, which means you already have the funds needed to take advantage of this situation. But hopefully, you've been busy enough lately that you're in a good spot already. So don't let the gravy train stop now, though. I'd like to invite you to explore our programs to help you fully leverage this perfect storm and get ahead of the curve. And if you've already talked with us before, we do have some temporary discounts and bonuses going on right now during this mess that we're in the quarantine. But most importantly, the one I want to emphasize here is a 30-day money-back guarantee. We'll talk to you about our bonuses too, if you want to get into that. We are also offering this just for a limited time, right? We want you to be certain about our programs without worry about what could happen to the market in case all the predictions and data are wrong. Or if you're concerned that what we're doing is somehow won't work for you, even though it has for several hundred loan officers and realtors. But if you've never talked to us before, now's the time to explore what we can do to help you. We have options that start at as little as $1,000, and many people have turned this investment into multiple tens of thousands of dollars in return. And I guarantee you can too. And with well over 3 years of experience at generating nearly 1 million leads between our clients and our students, I can say with confidence, we know what we're doing and no one does it like us. Below this video are a couple of options for you. Option one, book a follow-up call if you've already talked to us. If you haven't talked to us, book an in-depth strategy call and we'll dive deep with you. Option three, check out our demo video so you can see exactly what we're doing and how all this works. And then option four, check out our dozens of case studies and testimonials, and you can see for yourself the kind of results and experiences others have had using our program. Now, I want to wish you good luck. Stay safe and stay healthy out there. I sincerely hope you're doing well and that we do get a chance to talk with you soon, if not now. Book a call or choose another option now. Take care.